Hey all, wanted to give a quick breakdown of how I implemented audio for a projectile grenade sound using Unity and Wwise. So the logic for the grenade lives in this C# script. I added a few public variables at the top so I could assign Wwise events. I also created a variable to keep track of the time since the projectile has been fired or since it has bounced. I'll use this number to drive an RTPC in Wwise that will affect the pitch of a looping emitting sound coming from the grenade. I do this by taking the time since the object has been instantiated and incrementing that in fixed update. In the shot function, I post the emit Wwise event, which is a looped ambient energy sounding drone. To achieve the bouncing sound, in the onCollisionEnter function, I check the other colliding object. If it's anything besides the player, which I determine by checking its layer and making sure it does not equal the player's layer index, I'll post the grenade bounce event. If it does in fact hit the player, I plan on implementing a different impact sound. Each time there is a collision, I also increment a number of bounces variable that was initially set to 0. I then use this number to drive an RTPC in Wwise that I have mapped to the pitch on the bounce sound object, so every time it bounces, the pitch rises. Last thing I do in this function is I set the variable since fired or bounced back to 0.1. Since I use this variable to drive the RTPC that's affecting the emit pitch in Wwise, this will reset the pitch some after it bounces, sounding like it's progressively getting louder as it's speeding up. To further this effect, I'm also ducking the emit sound when the bounce sound is posted. And finally, in the explode function, I post the event that stops the emit, and then I post the explosion. That's all. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any ideas on more ways that I could deck this grenade out, sonically speaking.